Hello, students. Welcome to this update. Now, looking at Aussie yen here, if you remember during the week, while I was analyzing the market during the weekly market breakdown, this pair had a spot on the top dogs because I saw something interesting, but of course, I wasn't quite clear on the direction that we were heading within the markets. I needed to have some form of clarity before making any decisions. So right now, we have the kind of clarity that we're looking for. And of course, looking at things on the quarterly time frame here, you know I love to look at things on the quarterly time frame. I like to see what the quarters are doing. You can see that we've been bullish. Within at least the past most recent quarters, we've had this price action, of course, trading up, sweeping through price, sweeping through liquidity here, breaking structure to the upside. And then we had this impulse followed by this corrective phase. I think we had, if you just run it from this high to about this high, I think we had a 50% retracement on that, which is a very, very good sign. I mean, 50% is very decent, it's very nice. We can bank on that. And now we are seeming to have a return of bullish momentum in price. Now, if we are to continue to head higher on this asset, it simply means we have long-term play to the upside. That means we have quarterly highs here. We have this previous quarter high sitting here at 93.036. And then long-term structural highs, of course, within this impulse is sitting right at 98.5999. That's sitting pretty at 98.599. All right. So that is what we are looking at right now. So, of course, now if we have established that in the quarterly time frame we are bullish, if we get down to the monthly, the weekly, wherever we are going to be looking at, we want to be looking for only buy trades. That is all we want to be looking for. And of course, you can see we've had this impulse correction, and then right now we took this low, and ultimately we took this low. And of course, this is the kind of price action we like to trade. And this is the previous quarter. This is the high of the previous quarter that we just saw right there in price. All right. So what that means is we want to be looking up here. Now, if we come down to the daily time frame, you can see things much clearer. Of course, this is why swing trading, for me personally, does it for me. This is why swing trading really does it for me. So it gives me a lot of clarity. I prefer to really look at things with a great deal of clarity and not, try to trade into the noise. To be honest, when I'm looking at lower time frames, quite frankly, there's just a way I really don't like all the noise and everything that happens down there. So I'm most comfortable looking at long-term picture. This is, what gives me the greatest clarity. And any execution that I'll be taking on lower time frames must be in line with higher time frame price action and narrative. So looking at this, we have just had this most recent impulse, this most recent price swing. Obviously, it has given us a break in market structure here. We have a market structure shift, and we have a very beautiful breaker block here. This breaker block just quite aligns with the 50% level, the equilibrium. So regardless of what happens, if we do get a retracement that probably pulls back quite aggressively, even if it's a wild one, we know very well that regardless of what happens, we are in for some buying opportunities in these areas, at least back to these highs. And ultimately, we could be looking at longer term play to the upside. I mean, you're not going to be holding this overnight, but you know very well that every structural shift you see, every new shift you see in structure will lead you into higher prices. And of course, you should just know that, yes, we are trading to the upside, following the higher time frame narrative that we just saw. And at least by the time we get to these areas, we want to be taking some profits out, because this liquidity level could provide some, it could provide some, pullbacks. So we want to be getting out and, of course, looking for re-entries to carry price on at least up until some of these highs here. We have some of these highs sitting very pretty in those areas. So those are the areas we want to be looking at. So it is about being able to position ourselves within certain areas, within price action. These are the things that will ultimately give you an edge in the market. So being able to position yourself along with the money, along with the higher time frame, because the guys who actually have loads and loads of cash, loads and loads of billions of dollars to do business and trade with, they're not looking for 1 minute areas to actually get in. They're not trying to scalp the market. They're trying to push billions and billions of dollars, and they want to be getting in at very, very good price levels, and they want to be targeting very good price levels as well when they take their trade. So this is what we're looking at. So right now, I would love to see a decent pullback. I mean, this is a bit too overextended. So from this low, I mean, if I wanted to go from at least the low of the most bullish candles up until here, at least these area here, this area here, this breaker block seems like a very decent and lovely area for me to be looking for, you know, certain trading opportunities or any just some swings in here as well. And of course, when we do look at based on how we trade at CTA based on liquidity, the low of this candle here could provide that daily candle, that low here, that low over there. It's obvious, an obvious liquidity level based on how we trade. Our students understand how we look at the market. So those levels actually are going, this area here is going to be a very beautiful long-term area for us to, you know, look for some buys from, or probably trade into some of these imbalances here, or even this low here. There's a low there, there's this low here. So we could be taking trades from either here or there. So regardless, what we know is that we are looking for buying opportunities long term. All right. So one of the reasons why I decided to provide this you know, quick lesson here is so that you don't want to be caught up in the lower time frame noise and the things that happen in lower time frame. I mean, we've taken a very obvious high to the left here. We could see price turn around. If you just look to this level, you can see that yes, we've taken this high, and so we could see price trade back down into all of these areas, and we could be looking for buying opportunities, of course, from these areas as well. So we don't want to be carried away by, oh, the price is traded below and then we are looking for this to go to hell. Though that's not what we're looking for. We know the higher time frame, quarterly time frame especially, is bullish. We want to stay with that. In these kind of areas, we want to position ourselves to actually get long and do what the big boys are doing. So thank you very much for, you know, watching up until the end. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much for always coming back. Thank you very much for our content, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.